Hey guys, what is up? And I'm about to do something that's truly never been done before. And I'm going to be spending 24 hours in the woods. And as a lot of you guys know, I've been in these woods before, but never for 24 hours. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to have to catch my own food. I'm going to have to make a shelter to stay in. I'm going to have to hope and pray that it doesn't rain like the weather says it's going to tonight. And I'm going to have to survive. I'm going to have to kill animals. I'm going to have to do whatever it takes to survive. And a lot of people are going to be like, this isn't a challenge for you, Devin. You're an absolute unit. How in the world is anything in nature going to take you out? And that's what I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know, but we'll eventually probably find it. And when we do, we have to take it out with a lot of caution. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera person. It's all me today. So if the camera quality isn't that good, it's a little shaky, or you don't get the best angles, it's not my fault. With that being said, we need to pack our bag because we're only allowed to bring in 3 items. I hold myself to 3 items, you know what I'm saying? No food, no supply, nothing. But what we're going to do is get down there and just get it. So I'm going to show you the 3 items I'm bringing. The first item that I'll be bringing is some chapstick. Why do you say Swedish fish? Well, it's a wide legend known from my mother's father's grandson. He once told me this. Sweet fish attracts animals. And we're going to need this to attract some food because honestly, I'm not a skilled hunter, but when I see something, it's going down. Item 2, a knife. But it's not just a knife, man. This knife has so many different capabilities. As you can see, it's a corkscrew, it's this, it's a fingernail clipper, it's everything, bro. But most importantly, it's a knife, and this is what we'll be hunting with. And the last and final thing is, you guys know it's 2020, coronavirus be everywhere. We're packing a mask, man, because if one of these animals have it and they give me coronavirus, that could very well be the thing that takes me out, you know what I'm saying? So now with this mask, we have a 100% survival rate. It's all about just not starving or, you know what I'm saying, not dying from hypothermia or something. I don't know yet, right? Also, I'm going to have to get a little change in the tire because my biggest fear is out there. And there's a bunch of spiders, man. So, honestly, I'm going to need some taller socks on and some longer pants and everything. And then we're out. And we're going to get there by helicopter. I'm flying in on a helicopter. So, what that means, next time you see me, I'll be on a helicopter loaded in. I'm going to pack my bag. And then we're out of there.
Alright. We're going to be loaded into our extraction point pretty soon. Alright, we're here. It's time to hop off the helicopter. Running. We're getting up. Alright, it's time to go to the extraction point.
Alright, mates. We're off on our journey. Just got off of the helicopter. Took a bit of damage falling off from such a high height. But here we are. These woods are very unforgiving. So whatever happens today, happens out of our control. Let's go. Now what you want to watch out for is very dangerous insects, snakes, spiders, rodents. Really anything can be down here. And that's why I had to bring a couple of things. So you want to watch out where you're stepping to because there's a lot of, oh my goodness. There's a lot of dangerous things down here. There's a lot of stuff that you really can't avoid. And you basically just have to go in for the kill. That's what happens down here. We're gonna need some type of tool or something to help us get down. And luckily, I think I just found our tool. Very dirty, very muddy, but it's good enough for us. As you can see, the land is very dangerous down here. So if the camera goes off, like I said, it's not gonna be the best of quality. But trying to get down this steep hill raises a lot of concerns. I might not be able to film most of it, and my tripod's kind of loosening. Cut this branch down, makes it a lot easier for us to get down here. But it's never easy. A lot easier doesn't mean it's easy. As you can see, now we're gonna have to take down this big tree branch. This can cause serious problems. And it is. We're gonna have to go under. I cut my back. Don't ever fear if you get a cut in nature. Keep your head up and keep your eye on the trail. Another big piece of log, and we're falling. We're falling. If you could guys, I'm gonna give you a close up of my legs. Now we're walking across the log. Whoa! Oh my goodness. A massive fall and a massive spider web I just cut down. We're at the extraction point. We made it down that ginormous hill. It's never anything safe or easy out here in nature. But you do what you're told and you do what you're told again. Now that we're down here, we're just really trying to stay safe. We got through the most dangerous part of the journey. But, like I said, there's tons of obstacles in front of you. You can never be too assured about your journey. Oh my goodness. A ginormous spider web. I don't know if the camera's picking up on that, but that could be a very dangerous narrative. I whacked that down. A bunch of bugs fly off. That guy's gonna be mad. Able to get that out my way, but there's no real guarantee that we'll be able to survive there too long without food and shelter. So that's what we look for currently. And as you see, there's a ginormous tree with barely the clearance for me to get through. So with that being said, I'm getting ate up on mosquitoes. We're gonna have to find something pretty soon that's able to get us through here. I could climb this tree, and it might be the best, but I think I'm gonna go under it. This could cause a lot of damage, a lot of collateral damage, because there's a bunch of deadly spiders that like to stay on dead or old trees. I get through pretty safely. Whoa, gotta watch out for them tree vines. The vines and roots will really get you tripping. Wow, the vegetation down here is nasty. It is a nasty vegetation down here. And I'm wearing sweatpants. Why? Because there's a bunch of snakes. There's a bunch of... A walking stick broke. It broke again. Things are going bad. I'm surrounded by vegetation, spider webs, and now my broken walking stick. I have no clue what I'm going to be able to do down here. Retreation's definitely on the list. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Okay, we're heading back this way, and we're going to try to find a little bit of area, but there's a very large lake down there, so the odds of us not running into a snake or an alligator are very slim, but it's a risk you're willing to take to get the food and shelter. We've made it to the swamp portion, and as you can see, it's nothing but wet waters and ginormous lakes. The mud down here is too bad. We are forced to turn around. Trying to find shelter down here is as hard as it seems. We could go up north, but I truly don't think that's a good reason to go all the way off of our mapping plan. We have nothing left to do but hunt for food and make shelter. And I think I'm going to come up against a pretty good spot to do both of those items. As you can see, we have a little wump to dump. I don't know if y'all could see that on camera. This thing right here, that is good food. We'll come back for that later. You never know what nature's going to give you, so you take it while they give it to you. It was hard finding food, but eventually I came to a very good spot that seemed safe and secure enough for no insect or snake to come and steal my meal. And boys, we're approaching on it right now. Take a look. As you can see, it's a beautiful area right about there. The sticks lined up on the camera. And we're going to go over there. We're going to have that. As you guys can see, this is a wild vegetation with a lot of spider webs everywhere. You never really know what you're going to run into down here. Keeping all eyes open at all times is a necessity. Really, it would have been preferred if I wore a longer sleeve shirt, but at this point in time, there's really no time for that. We're going to get to this thingy and lay out our plans of what we have to do next. This log is rotten and can fall apart at any time, so I have to be smart with my next move. I'm gonna go for it. And we survived. From up here, we get an amazing view to spot out any potential food that might be down here. And I think I just found it. First, we need to get down and get our knife out, because you know, when you spot food in the wild, you have to go for it right away, because there's no guarantee it's going to stay there. Okay, we got the knife out, and you might be asking, what kind of food did I see? Well, let me show you. I'm getting ate up by mosquitoes and spiders out here, so we got to get food pretty soon. And some more wild whooper berries have popped up. We're going to take a couple of them and exceed on with our day. Gil! Oh, the tree's fighting back! This is a dangerous fight you do not want to be taken on. We're able to get some food. Holy moly. If you guys look right in front of me, I'm going to show you. Shh. Food is so hard to get out here. I'm gonna try and be quiet, don't want to scare away. It's a wild food for me. I'm gonna zoom in on it. Canned corn, a rare meal found out here in the wild. We're gonna have to sneak on it very quick. They're known to fled. Whortleberry, I don't need you no more. It's time to get out the blade and do some damage. This is very hard to do one hand, so I'm gonna switch. It's really hard out here without a cameraman, but the knife's out, and so is that canned corn. It's going down. While it hurts me to kill such a beautiful creature, it's something I will do for survival in the wild. Alright, I'm gonna sneak up on this thing pretty quietly. Do not want to startle it. What you're gonna want to do is get it from behind, because as you see, the eyes are in the front. Down. And bam, an easy meal. You don't really find too many of these out in the wild. We're gonna take this back to shelter and eat good tonight. This is, my friends, is why you bring a knife with you. Without this knife, there's no telling if we would have been able to catch this canned corn. We shall eat good. While I'm eating my canned corn, I couldn't help notice all the sounds around me. So I had to get up and stop eating to look around. So I was just eating, and I noticed that there's a bunch of sounds going on around me. I don't know if I can continue this meal. Nature's trying to come for the canned corn. Once I said, a very rare meal out here. And I can't help but think a bunch of other animals were hunting that canned corn down. Unfortunately, they didn't get it, and I did. But that's the course of nature. That is the course of nature. So we're gonna eat this and then build a shelter. Trying to survive in the wild for 24 hours is harder than you probably think. But that canned corn did just enough to fuel me for the rest of my journey. So now we're out to find shelter. Because it's too dangerous to sleep without shelter. Especially here at night when you can barely see what's going on around you. So, out for shelter we go. We just got some food. It's a part of being a survival expert. But where to go, I don't really know right now. So I will circle around till I find some land. Walking on this dead wood is dangerouser than you think. So I had to hop down. As you can see, a giant hornet just flew in front of me. You don't want to tangle with that kind of beast. Alright. I saw something I liked over there. By the lake. Even though it's a giant lake, it's still something that can help. We need water. The human body can only go 3 days without water. And in an environment like this, it might as well be 3 minutes. I'm dehydrated. But as you see, on the ground, another wild animal hunting here. Honestly, I did not know that there'd be too many. Oh, there's another one. Now, we fight. Down. Both of them. That's dessert, baby. Bad decision. Bad decision. The colony is now on me. I'm running for my life. Don't ever kill a wasp in the wild. I forgot the #1 rule of nature survival. Luckily for them, I have the top speed of an African cheetah. Okay. They're still after me. Just trying to find any place in the world to get away from these vicious creatures. Wasps are known to sting and kill, and you rarely find them anywhere else instead. And here, all that running has built back up my diet. Luckily, there's some more whortleberries over there. Whortleberries are one of the most poisonous vegetables in the forest. Holy shit. The whole hive. This is why you always want to make calculated decisions in the forest. And we could turn down this way. Vegetation looks too deep and dense. They're still on me, but I think I might have lost them actually. I'm gonna go back over to the lake. You killed 2 of them, and 30 more appear. It's a dangerous world you live in. After my collisions with them wasps, I decided to go back to base. So, we're back on home base where we ate our dinner. Under this beautiful shade of these leaves. Giant tree. There's not that bad of vegetation down here. And they're back on me. I think that might have been a random one. Like I said, there's not too much bad things going on here. But, if I were to keep going, I don't know if you can see this, but there is a giant green snake on that tree trunk. And we've walked over that tree trunk multiple times. So, that just proves we need to be a little more careful from where we'd be going. 'Cause you never know what's out here. So realizing that I just went underneath that giant green snake multiple times, and it didn't do nothing, I'm just gonna assume that it's not a poisonous or aggressive snake. So I'm gonna get off my little base that I'm on right now. Don't know if you can see that. You can see it. We're gonna go hunt that snake. It does not look like it's gonna be too vicious and fight back, but it also looks like it's big, long, and green. I don't know why I threw in the green part, but it is big and long, full of nutrition. Time to attack it. Attacking a wild snake is no easy thing. They know the environment way better than we do. With that being said, I have a stick. I like my chances. Alright. This is probably the most dangerous fight we could have picked out here. But it's a fight that needed to be had. We're turning back. We are turning back. We gotta have a better game plan before we attack something so vicious. I got it. We're gonna do a throwing lunge. If it misses, we can't be too greedy. Hit it! Hit it! Now it's time to feast. We've ate a lot. It's time to go find shelter. I'm gonna check back in with y'all after I found shelter. Who knows, it could be late at night. But 24 hours. Regardless, I'm gonna be after me up there. 24 hours late can do a real thing to a man's mental health. We refueled on the water at the giant lake. We refueled on whooperberries and canned corn and a snake. But shelter has been the hardest thing to find. I would have never predicted this. Checking back in when I find shelter. Good news and bad news. I found an amazing source of shelter right up yonder. But the problem here is it is up yonder. A very huge hill. But it's what you have to do if you want shelter in the wild. Off we go. This hill is not meant for any ordinary trump. You have to be willing to risk your life for some shelter. And I'm not. But this is also the way out. This is no place for a normal human to be. But when you're an athletic freak as myself, you tend to do stuff that normal humans don't do anyways. This is probably the steepest part of the hill I could have chosen to go up. Without this walking stick, who knows where I'd be? I do. Dead. Oh my goodness. This is probably the worst place for me to be at right now. Oh my goodness. You do not want to know what's living in that hole. I tell you right now, nothing's good coming out of that. Shelter is within eye's reach. Oh goodness. Oh my god. We're out. Shelter. We got this. Shelter's hard to find in the wild. When you find it, you can look down and everything that you have gone past. It's a beautiful accomplishment. I'm gonna catch some Z's and the newly found shelter. And I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Probably gonna take a long sleep. Checking back in a little.